So this is part of the other new area of jungly garden fun that we put in this year. These are also 2 temporary hugel beds, and we're just growing massive pumpkins here. This is predominantly a French heirloom variety of pumpkin that is said to be really sweet and creamy and great for cooking foods. We have some corn and beans, and we're kind of doing the whole Three Sisters mounds here. I have started growing bananas here. This is a hardy banana. These particular bananas are said not to make edible bananas, but we're gonna try some other hardy red bananas that you actually can eat. And the weather here is changing so drastically that for the first time ever we're able to grow loquats here, produce fruit, and ripen them, which is unheard of. So my prediction is within 5 years I will have an avocado tree on this property, honestly. So we're getting great production here. We've got more cucumbers, all sorts of squashes, hard squashes for winter storage. We've got melons kicking in back here, raspberries, and there's a new baby, new this year, new baby, leaf curl resistant sort of a variety meant for this region. It's a red fleshed nectarine tree. So we're excited to get that rolling. And let's see what else is going on. So this is a baby Asian pear we planted last year, and it did really fabulous last year. And this year, it's just getting ravaged by the deer. We've had a lot of problems with drought this year, and the gully behind the house, which is all wooded, has a creek in it that is, as long as we've been here, has never been dry, and it's completely dry this summer. And a lot of the plants actually in the woods and behind the house are dying. It's been that hot and dry, and this has been causing the deer to come into the property and just take whatever they can. So, you know, this is some of the challenges here, but again, if they aren't ravaging this tree to the point of death, I'm gonna just try to let this tree go, okay, I've been munched, now I need to create leaves that have more bitter toxins in them to sort of discourage herbivory. And that's what plants will naturally do if they make it past their sort of infant years. You know, they have to get to a certain point in life where they can sustain themselves, and then they can sort of kick in their own natural defense mechanism. So that's what we're hoping this guy's gonna do, and we'll see what happens. If not, so one of the things that I'm working on this year is getting more diversity that's not just food oriented, but also like sensory. So a lot of smelling things, a lot of evergreens, a lot of biodiversity. So I've got some new plants that are going to be going in. I've got this vanilla tree, and this is a Chilean tree that has these amazing chocolate flowers in the spring. I've got the alpine mint bush. This is an evergreen, and it puts out some like really nice minty, just really aromatic, and you can use the leaves and the flowers in various herbal capacities. I've got Chilean firebush, which is this evergreen bush, and it puts out these huge red flowers that hummingbirds love. So again, we're coming with that concept of bringing in more biodiversity, bringing in more birds, putting stuff out for moths and butterflies and all sorts of things to come into the garden so that it's just really rich with life here. I've got some, and I'm gonna butcher the name, but forgive me, it's Eleaganus or Elagnius, I'll never say it right, but it's a type of evergreen shrub. And probably maybe I'll put a link to this in the video below in the information section, because this is sort of a lesser known permaculture plant, and some of them in the family produce nitrogen and fixed nitrogen, and they also make these little tiny fruits that look like jelly beans, and they taste a lot like jelly beans too. So this is a really fun evergreen nitrogen fixer in this family, and then fruiting as well. Yeah. This is a new addition to the the food forest here, and I'll probably be getting more of these as time goes on. This is an evergreen bush. It's called a Chilean guava, and they do fruit. They make little fruits that taste like Skittles, and they look like little blueberries. So we're excited to hopefully get some fruit from this next year, and maybe get a few more of those going as well.
Yeah.
If you've never smelled the flower of a jujube, it is absolutely delightful. This was a new tree this spring. This is a sugarcane jujube, and it has a match over there, a companion plant, which is a laying jujube. And they're both flowering at the same time, and I'm hopeful we're going to get a little bit of fruit this year. We'll see what happens. But just the joy of the smell of these blooms has been worth every bit. We planted all of these shade-loving understory plants last year, and they're doing fantastic. This area we're working on a little bit slower than the front sunnier area, but it's coming along and we're getting there. This Asian pear, which we brought back to health when we moved in, is doing fantastic, and these, it's loaded. It's gonna have a bumper crop this year. You can't really see, but it's just filled, absolutely filled with pears. And we're very excited about this. We've probably got, I would say, at least 100 pears or 125 pears in this tree right now. So this is going to be a great fall harvest. And we've got another, I don't know, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. More gooseberry sadness. Well, that's about the lot of what we've got going on right now. I could probably just keep talking and show a bunch of the littler projects we've done. But this is how far we've gotten in 2 years. We've put in over 100 new plants, well over. I would say we're closer to 150 now at this point, including herbs and other perennials. We've got about 20 full-sized fruit trees in the orchard. We've got probably at least 30 to 40 fruiting bushes, and it's just coming along so fast. We thought it was going to take a lot longer, and as you can see, it's growing up fast. It's really jungly, and it's our second year, and we're getting huge amounts of food already, much more than we anticipated in the second year. So I hope this helps inspire you to consider starting your own Gardens Not Lawns project, starting your own food forest, starting your own permaculture. It's really not that hard to do. There's all sorts of free resources online now, and really the basic concepts are creating ecosystems, biodiversity, and zero carbon food. This is so important for sustaining our globe and for the future of humanity. We need to be buying a lot less food from around the globe, and we need to focus on what we can grow right in our own properties. And it's just fun. We're just having so much fun with this, and it's a joy. It's a joy to garden and to watch the magic of things growing and to taste how food should really taste. And I feel bad for a lot of people who are missing out on what the flavors and pleasure of real food tastes like, and it's something that have sadly lost in our society. So I hope this inspires you. Feel free to add comments or questions down below, and hit like and spread around. Let's get more people doing Gardens Not Lawns.